let's separate the wheat from the tares first and foremost. Raise your hand if you are. I said that really quietly because I don't like to say that word. But okay, raise your hand if you're a BYU fan. Okay. Everybody whose hand is up, you guys are studs. I know that already. Right
Wait a minute. What about Utah State? Utah State?
Oh, Utah State? Is there anybody?
There's the studs right there.
Oh, you got 5. Nice job. Nice job. No, I like Utah. I obviously played at BYU, and my favorite game was playing against Utah. And it was a big rivalry. I think it's stupid that they're not playing these next 2 years, but I can't really talk that much trash because Utah's got our number lately. So there's nothing I can say. All I can say is in my day we used to beat them. That's all I can say. I sound like a grandpa, I know, but it's true. I'm not going to take a ton of your time, but I was driving over here tonight and I was thinking what I could say that would help you guys, because at the end of the day that's all that really matters. Is something that I might be able to say that could help you guys. Yeah, it's nice for me to come out here and talk to you and say a couple words, and all, you know, the NFL guy came and talked, but all that doesn't really matter. What really matters is what you guys can take and learn and make you guys better. So I was just thinking about that on my way over here, and I'm curious, you know, what's our age group that we have here? What's the youngest? 7th grade? Okay, so we got 7th graders all the way to seniors for next year, right? Okay. So I was thinking about me when I was in your shoes. And when I was your age, I was doing the same thing that you guys are doing right now. I was kneeling at a football camp, listening to somebody talk. And, you know, I remember having Steve Young came and talked to us. So I guess you guys kind of got gypped on that one. I'm not as cool as Steve Young, but I remember that. I remember some of the things you said. But when I was driving over here, I was thinking what I could say to you guys as 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th graders that would help you. But before I get to that, let me ask you a question. Everybody knows who Muhammad Ali is. Does anybody know what they told him the first time he tried to get in a boxing ring? Does anybody know? No ideas? They said you're too small. They actually said scrawny. The first time he tried to get in a boxing ring, he was told he was too scrawny. Okay? Obviously, that didn't stop him, right? He went on to become probably the greatest boxer ever, right? If what you guys know about Muhammad Ali, what would you say is his best quality or his best characteristic? What would you say? Quickness? I'm gonna say quickness. That's probably that. As far as boxing goes, that's probably his best ability. It's for how big he was really quick. But I'm looking for something else. Confidence. Who said that? Right here. Confidence. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Muhammad Ali was quick. Muhammad Ali worked hard. But the thing that he had more than anything else was confidence. He believed in himself. And so obviously when he was a young kid, I don't know how old he was, but when he was a young kid, he might have been a 7th grader. He might have been a 10th grader. The first time he got in a boxing ring, whoever was there, the coach, whoever was there, looked at him and said, man, you're too small. You can't be a boxer, you're too scrawny. Did that stop him? No, because he had confidence. He believed in himself. He had dreams, he had hopes. He knew what he could become, and he wasn't going to let what anybody else said to him stop him. But confidence will only get you so far. What do you have to add to confidence? Work. Okay, you have to have work. So if you guys, you know, I'm not going to take very much longer, but if you get nothing else from what I say to you, just remember this: be confident and work hard. Be confident and work hard. So let me tell you a story. When I was in 9th grade, I played football. I played on the 10th grade team, the sophomore team, and I started, and it was fun. It was great. And then when I was in 10th grade at Brighton High School, I got invited, a couple of my friends, there were 4 of us, we got invited to go play with the varsity team as sophomores. And my goal was to start. I wanted to start as a sophomore. Well, there was really good linebackers there. In fact, the guy that I backed up as a sophomore, his name was Lawrence Cowan. He had a scholarship to go to BYU. He was a good linebacker. So I backed him up. I didn't start. I worked hard. I didn't start. all the way up to the last game of the regular season. Lawrence got hurt and he couldn't play. So this was my chance. This was my dream come true. I was going to start as a sophomore. Long story short, we were playing Orem, and they ran a power right at me, and I got blown up, got put on my back. Just absolutely blown up, and they got 10, 15 yards, I don't remember. And I got pulled, I got yanked. So they sent somebody in for me. I'm over on the bench, my head down, feeling sorry for myself. And the coach came over to me, kind of got my face. He said, "You ready to go back in there?" I said, "Yeah." So he sends me back in there, and the first play in there, I made a tackle. And I jumped up, I was all pumped. And a couple plays later, they ran that same power play again. What do you think happened? Don't be scared, somebody. What do you think happened?
You got lit up.
You got cracked.
Come on, man. You're right. You're right. You're right. I got plowed again. I got 10-toed right on my back. They ran for 15, 20 yards. What do you think happened? I got pulled. Raise your hand if you've ever been pulled. Raise your hand if you've never been pulled. Only one guy? I hope you get pulled. I'm going to tell you why. I look back at my life, and I've been really successful. The good Lord's blessed me. I've been successful, and I've worked very hard. And I was able to get a scholarship and go play 4 years at BYU. And I was able to get drafted, and I've played 6 years in the NFL so far. And I was looking back at my football career. I can't say that was the best thing that ever happened to me, but one of the best things, I can say one of the best things that ever happened to me was getting benched as a sophomore at Brighton High School after playing the Orem Tigers. Just want to know what it did to me? It pissed me off. It pissed me off. It still pisses me off to this day thinking about it. It pissed me off, okay? But I wasn't going to let that hold me down. In the off season, so this time of year, our coach at Brighton, he held this little clinic with parents and players to tell them how to get to college, how to put together recruiting tape and all that stuff, right? So obviously it was my goal to play college football. So I showed up at this thing, and the coach looked at me as if to say, "You ain't gonna play college football. You can't even play high school football." I'll never forget it. He looked at me like, kind of smirked. He thought it was funny that I was showing up to this thing. Long story short, guys, that off season between my sophomore and my junior year, I went to work. I went to work. I worked harder than any of my friends because I knew that there was some other kid that was working that hard. So I went to work. I got up at 6 o'clock in the summer every single day, and I went and ran a hill. Every single day. It didn't matter how long I was out the night before. I got up at 6 o'clock and I went and ran that hill. I got bigger, I got faster, I got stronger. Long story short, I played my junior year. I started, and at the end of my junior year, I got a scholarship from BYU and I got a scholarship from Utah. I laughed at Utah, but no, I'm just kidding. Was I done? No, I got those 2 offers. I hung up the phone. You know what I did? I went to work. I hung up the phone. I went to work. When I was a sophomore in high school, I got benched. And even among sophomores, there were 2 other sophomores. I'm still friends with these guys. There were 2 other sophomores that started at linebacker when I didn't that sophomore year, and they still tease me about it. But the difference is I worked harder than those 2 between my sophomore and my junior year. And even though I got a scholarship offer after my junior year, I worked even harder going into my senior year. So by the time I was a senior, I was the best player on the team. I was one of the best players in the state. And then I went to BYU, and what did I do down there? I went to work. It started all over again. They have these recruiting stars. They're 1-star, 2-star, 5-star, right? Recruits. How many stars do you think I was? 2. Who said it? Come on, you're supposed to say 5. No, I was 2. I was 2-star. I was 2-star. When I went to BYU, we had a really good recruiting class. We had all these 5-star recruits. I was just an afterthought. You know what happened? Out of that whole recruiting class of all these 5-stars, and Bryan Kehl over there, you know who the only one that got drafted was? Me. Why? Because I went to work. I don't tell you this. I didn't drive over here. I didn't come over here on Friday night to brag to you guys. I didn't come over here to try and impress a bunch of high school kids. I came here because I wanted to impress upon you this idea that you need to believe in yourself and then go to work. If you get benched, that might be the best thing that ever happens to you, because it should piss you off, it should light a fire under you, and then you go to work. I want to leave. I have a quote for you guys, okay? This is what Muhammad Ali said. He said, "The fight is won or lost far away from witnesses, behind the lines, in the gym, and out there on the road, long before I dance under those lights." The fight is won right here, guys. I'm glad that you're here. There's a lot of places you could be right now. You could be sitting on the couch right now playing Xbox. In my day it was Nintendo, but Nintendo's kind of bye-bye now. You could be sitting at home, you could be at the mall, you could be at a movie, you could be on a date. There's all sorts of stuff you could be, but you chose to be here right now. Why? Because football is important to you. You came here to work, you came here to get better. The fight is won or lost, not in front of witnesses. It's won or lost right here. So in November, when it's the playoffs, and it's 3rd down and 8, and you need to make a play, do you know where you made that play? You made it right here. You made it right here. And you make it next week in the gym, when your buddies are at the swimming pool or at the mall or on the internet. You make it in July, when everybody's just hanging out for the summer, but you're waking up at 6 o'clock every single day so you can go run the hill. The fight is won or lost right here, guys. I'm glad that you're here. You all have elite on your shirts. So I'm going to challenge you guys to have confidence in yourself and go to work, and you'll be elite. That's all I got for you.